This production was brought to you by X-Man's News Agency, the news agency that exists to deliver the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to all of its viewers. Thank you for watching. Hello, Glub. What a wonderful day it is.
hmm
So I wanted so before we start this interview, thank you for coming and meeting with me. I wanted to talk to
No
you
problem.
more about the recent actions, not between Divine, but with your nation. It seems like the Queen Dynasty has gotten in some controversies recently, especially with
Yeah.
neighboring nations such as Tuvan. I mean, I've heard stuff
hmm
from all sides of the aisle, but one of the most prominent ones is um that Tuvan is becoming more like Tank each day. Now, I do
Yeah.
remember a time where Tuvan was good with both your former nation and the Vines former nation. How did that relationship eventually sour?
I think it soured when Netherlands and Germany went to war because I immediately was pretty suspicious about Tuban because they were kind of making clear that they're supporting Netherlands and there's nothing you can do to stop us. So I just kind of like, and when Divine and his nation joined the war, I assured Divine kind of wanted me to join the war with him, and I told him I'm not joining the war until it directly involves my nation, which it did, and that was kind of real upsetting
I
because
see.
one of the peace deals Tuban wanted me to do was pay them gold, and I was like, hell no. So I just
Oh,
kind of so when they wanted me to pay them gold for peace, I told them hell no, that's not peace.
yeah.
Until a few days later, Divine wanted me to pay for peace, and the only reason I did it to this day is because I wanted our country, our citizens just to be happy, and I didn't want to drag my citizens into like a stupid war because at the end of the day, the war was pretty stupid.
I see. Now, I believe over some time, you and Divine's nation merged. How did that happen or occur, and why?
So I was kind of made it clear to Divine that the Yan dynasty was going to be independent from now on. But I think what got me more like wanting to merge was him saying that we could coexist. Like we could be like an Austria Hungary type nation. And I was pretty down for that. So I was like, why not? And now, right now, I'm the leader basically in charge of all the citizens and what happens in our nation. And
Wow.
Divine has control over the foreign relations. So,
Hmm. Well, speaking about that, it does seem like we don't get insight into the daily operations and or lives of the Queen citizens. What is it like living in the Queen Empire or the Queen Dynasty? Excuse me.
it's pretty good. Um Especially for me, I'm super busy with like setting up events, building up our town/nation, and reporting on attacks, which I'll probably get to that later. But yeah, it's pretty good. Nothing too terrible about it.
I see. Let's
Pretty
jump
chill.
into the more controversial questions.
Uh,
Recently, it seemed like tensions between what's it call it? Javon, Netherlands, and your nation has exploded in a sense. I mean, from what I know, the Netherlands sent map hunters to the Queen area,
Hmm.
and then Tuvan also created a town under a puppet state named Korea. I'm sorry, under a puppet state named China, and the town was named Korea. So my question is, we're going to first address the situation with Tuvan. W- Why do you believe that Tuvan would go so far as to make a whole town within the middle of your jurisdiction? Oh wait, no, that
It's
wasn't. Yeah, go ahead.
probably just some simple answer, just drama. They just want attention, and then when they don't get what they want, they kind of get pissy about it. It's kind of how I view it, but I may be wrong.
I see. Now, from the public releases of the Queen Nation, I think it's pretty fair to assume that your nation doesn't like map hunters, correct?
No, we do not.
Right. Now, with the recent situation with Netherlands, there's two sides to the story, right? One side
Hmm.
is that they were map hunters and they were looking to kill Queen citizens, and another side is that they were peaceful travelers, just exploring the map. What made the Queen dynasty believe that those players were map hunters?
For one, uh, I was on at the time, and Mr. Buck, one of our mayors, messages me saying one of the names is Belly Chris.
Oh,
And I was like, okay, who's with him? And he said, I don't know, some other guy named Brasty. And we have a sheet where we fill in all the attacks that happen. And that's kind of all I'll say about that because it's kind of a secret. But
st-
so Chris came in. What makes me real, like, what I think is really weird about Limo saying that they were just travelers. Well, one, who goes out traveling in the wilderness? And two, who goes out in the wilderness with a netherite set, which he had while he was with him during the attack?
see. Have the Netherlands been known to attack Queen citizens before? And if so,
No,
in
this
what
was
instances?
no, this was the first time. I was shocked. I thought it was Tuvan. But when I found out it was Netherlands, I was like, this is real suspicious.
I see. Well, yeah, let's exit out of the controversial questions and move into your guys'
Hmm.
economy. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't really see Queen as an economic powerhouse right now. So if you guys aren't focusing on your economy, what are you focusing on as a nation?
We're just mostly focusing on just building up our towns and just we aren't an economic powerhouse per se, but we are like pretty rich and we're like our goal is to just make sure we build up our nation and just get as many towns as possible so then we can just
Outside people
kind
with
of just
numbers?
all live in harmony. Yeah.
Hmm, I see. Well, yeah, that's all the questions I have for you today. Thank you for meeting out with
All
me,
right.
Glub.
No problem.
You heard it here first, folks. The one of the co-leaders of the Queen Dynasty. Thank you for watching this production brought to you by XNA News Agency. Before we go, let's thank our sponsors, Toturi Industries, Waffle House, and Newer Orkney. You can find these towns and businesses at /T-Spawn Toturi or at toturidmc.alwaysdata.net /T-Spawn waffle underscore house or at /T spawn newer underscore organic.